tough to pick up. Jones and Hibbert combine. And Watts, who finds himself at half-back. Through the middle they go. Pedersen getting busy in this final quarter as well. Most of the Demons players are. As Hibbert showing some dash, and a crafty kick into the space in front of Garlett. It was inch perfect, and Garlett can go back and have a shot on goal.
Not to labour the point, but when Pedersen was able to find the ball as it's moving forward, and he was in traffic, and he was still able to get in the chain. It was big Tom McDonald when he plays as a forward. If he comes up the ground like that, I don't think he's got that forward craft or knowledge to get into it, having spent so much time down back now. Sort of tends to sit behind it a bit and watch it go away from him, or needs it dropping on him from a steep height. Great competitor, but that's just the difference.
Not bad from this position, but it just hangs out to the right-hand side. Jeff Garlett, he was searching for his 5th goal of the night.
Very important win this will be for the Melbourne Footy Club, just to stay in touch. Yeah, stay in touch,
5-5.
top 8, and that's what you want to do at the turn, approaching the bye. And importantly, when you're sacrificing or investing in coming up here to Alice Springs, important to win. So their first win in Alice Springs as well in 4 visits.
Tyson around his body, back inside 50. Fisted away. Watts will get there first. Waited for it to sit. And then the handball back inside. Tyson has time to steady. The shot pretty good off the boot. And Melbourne add another.
And also extends or increases their percentage on the ladder as well. As you said, there'll be 5 wins and 5 losses, 20 points. They started the round at 108 percentage points, and that will be significantly increased with this, which is going to be important because it is such a tight competition this year. You want to have a decent percentage going into the finals. Once again, beautiful finish. They've just dominated the last 45 minutes of game time.
There we go. The D's are up to 8th position, and that percentage gets a boost. 8 goals 4 in this final quarter. So normally when you get that type of score happening in one quarter, your structure's completely wrong, which it isn't, because they've got a 4-on-2 or a 4-on-3 at every bounce, or your teams stop their effort.
It's been a powerful second half by Melbourne. Barlow will send Gold Coast to half forward, and Jetta drifts in to take the mark.
Hannon's got corked in the hip here. The young Melbourne lad is going to go for it again.
Hibbert might have been coming to the bench, but he's taken the mark.
He was trying to get off.
Bounce back to his feet. Viney dribbles a kick. Tom McDonald made it look okay. Witts knocks it down. Fiorini back for Witts. Lynch, one of the taller players combining. Handball missed Sexton. Barlow kept it moving forward.
Dangerous tackle.
Hang on.
Against Viney.
Barlow back to his feet quickly, which is a good sign, but Viney rode him right into the turf. As Lyon sends it long, and Lynch over the top.
Yeah, that'll be 50. It's got to be 50.
He's behind the mark. I mean, he's forward of the mark, so...
After a marking contest, you can't come in and grab the player.
Yeah, you could, well, if they keep going forward to goal, you get a bit of grace. You didn't dump him or anything like that. He just aggressively ran at him, but I don't reckon he put much of contact on.
Jordan thought he had first purchase on the ball, but I reckon your argument is flawed, Dan.
Well, he stepped backwards, so he's closer to goal. You're allowed to stop him cribbing.
It's been a tough night for the key forward from the Gold Coast Suns. He leans back on that one. That is a nice finish and a consolation late in the game.
He's going to have another frustrated trip home, is Tom Lynch. Quiet game against Port Adelaide. And here's the discussion point. Jordan Lewis felt he got first purchase. Actually, I don't think that's 50, isn't it?
Yeah, almost. That was 100% Tom Lynch mark.
If that's 50,
all right, there's the mark taken. You can't come in after a marking contest. What's the rules, Dan?
It's just because he's your cousin. Alistair Lynch trying to look after his cousin, Tom Lynch.
I think it might be ex-Hawthorn players looking after each other as well.
So a couple of minutes to go here in Alice Springs. The D's have got the bye to look forward to. And then a Queen's birthday clash with Collingwood. Good mark taken by Wagner.
He's been showing some good signs, Wagner. He's got that toughness and speed across half-back.
Brave in the air.
Yeah. Hasn't played a lot of footy this year, but I think he can be another real asset
bit of a robotic kicking action, but he gets the job done. He actually hits the target. So as long as he's got the wheels to get out by himself once they win the ball.
Melbourne have been terrific, there's no doubt, in the second half, but lots for Gold Coast to take out of this as well. Against Port Adelaide, denied the switch and really ruined their game. In the second half here, Melbourne, as we've explained with the setups, have changed a few things. So they've just been outstanding at moving the ball, pretty much using the whole ground. So Gold Coast got to take a lot of lessons out of what they've seen in the second half from Melbourne.
Well, that's right. That forward, the pressure, forward press to put all that pressure on the halfbacks, haven't allowed the run, the overlap handball. Tom Lynch not happy with that, and that's probably what that free kick, Derm, you think, over the shoulder?
Oh,
I wouldn't have thought so.
Pussycat.
I think this, with Melbourne, they were so impressive against Adelaide with that forward press and not allowing the run. It dropped away, especially in the first quarter against North Melbourne last week, but well and truly in this second half, back up and going.
He's got his eyes on Jordan Lewis.
Yeah.
Big Tom Lynch, who's just loitering 5 in front of him.
The crosshairs, I think.
Viney with a handball through. Work by Melksham. Now Pedersen with a long kick again. Jeff Garlett, he can think about number 5. He's out the back. Sard made a good contest. Garlett just fumbling after the footy. He had just enough time to get the finish, and Garlett's kicked a handful.
Well, it is Indigenous round, and he's one of the best you'll see over this round. He's put on an absolute clinic today. Very dangerous in the forward half. On the end of some really good work up the field, but his speed...
Sard did well.
He did extremely well, but once again, as you see, once you go to ground, you're out of the contest, and Sard pretty much was. Garlett stayed on his feet, had the composure to get around onto that right shoe, and
lost the handle there for a second.
But had enough time to get it through, so very nicely done.
Well done again. Cam Pedersen spotted the setup there, and Garlett had all the room out the back of him and put it to his advantage.
And 5 goals for Jeff Garlett. It's been a big night at the office, and it's been a huge turnaround by Melbourne. They trailed by as much as 30 points in the third quarter, and now they're cruising away to a very comfortable victory. Lynch trying to take the mark in amongst number of players. He's back on his feet.
He'll fight here, Tom. He'll give someone a little bit of curry on the way up. Watch him. Watch him.
Yeah,
he's just gripping on Frosty's ears.
He's always awkward getting off the ground, Tom seems to be. Just a bit clumsy.
All elbows. Back to his feet now as Witts hit out down. Barlow's handball. Frost knocks it on. Now it's Matera. He's had plenty of shots on goal tonight. Sexton had to go back with the fly.
That's the first time Jeffy Garlett's kicked 5 goals for Melbourne Footy Club. On 2 occasions, he kicked 5, or a 5 and a 6 for Carlton. Been a very good player.
24 seconds left. You said Gold Coast have got something to take out. They've conceded 9 goals in the last quarter, though, Al.
I didn't say that. That was Dicko.
Oh, was it Dicko?
Yeah, I wouldn't have said something like that.
I just said, how can they learn from it?
Oh,
because the best part about getting a flogging like this is you've got to take the opposition and their strengths and what they've done to them. So next time you confront it, you've got something in your armour for it.
One called a throw against Harms.
Well, you've got to take some learnings out of each defeat, and I think the
but
review
9
will be
goals
hard.
suggests it's an effort. It's the effort's not there.
Well, the structure fell apart to start with, I think, then the effort.
So Barlow with the resulting shot on goal, and the Suns have been able to kick a couple late. Barlow gets his second.
A healthy crowd for Alice Springs, 5,000 people come along to watch this contest. There's the free kick against. Look, jump here. Does he propel it off his hands?
Yeah, but you can't do that. That's a free.
Take me through it then, Derm. Why is that a free?
Because it's not correct in disposal.
It's a hard one. I think we always
disposal.
think that it's lifted off the palm. If it's hit off the palm, it's a tough one.
Well, they'll tell you, you can't handball in that upward motion like that. And they have been saying after what was permitted in last year's final series, they've decided to crack down on that a little bit more.
Well, we are done and dusted in Alice Springs. Melbourne looked in all sorts of trouble midway through the third quarter, but a huge 65-point turnaround sees Melbourne win it